Welcome friends. This video is complementary to previous video. In previous video, I had discussed core functions, basic functions, fundamental functions or main functions of banks. To complete that previous video, I am preparing this particular video in which I will explain subsidiary functions, ancillary functions, supporting functions or secondary functions of commercial banks or banks in general. Okay, so the list of major subsidiary or secondary functions of banks are: number one, to look after financial transactions of customers. The first subsidiary function or secondary function of banks is to look after financial transactions of customers. Now, financial transactions of customers means mainly, if you look at customers are of two main types as far as banks are concerned. Number one, depositors, those who deposit money or account holders. And number two, borrowers, those who borrow money from banks. We call them borrowers. So, bank has to provide payment and withdrawal facilities, either payment through check, through electronic media or through even cash. Payment and receipt facilities, payment and withdrawal facilities has to be provided to the clients of the bank, and that makes first important subsidiary function of any bank. Number two, second subsidiary function, to do foreign exchange transactions. Now, foreign exchange means foreign currency. Any citizen of the country or businessman or exporter or importer in the country who is the account holder or customer of the bank also may need foreign exchange or foreign currency for various purposes, right? And if any citizen or say exporter of the country has got foreign currency, then he can deposit that foreign currency with the bank and get Indian rupees or Indian currency. For bank it is called buying foreign exchange. And if any citizen or importer of the country want foreign exchange from the bank, then for bank it is called selling foreign exchange. So bank perform transactions related to buying and selling of foreign exchange also. In modern day times, this function has also become an important subsidiary or secondary function of any bank. Number three, to issue LC. LC here means letter of credit. Especially businessmen, industrialists, or those who are having current accounts may need letter of credit for either buying goods and services on credit, buying tools, equipments, machineries, etc. on credit. Then the businessman or current account holder may need letter of credit. In letter of credit, bank gives in writing letter of credit, right? That we know this party and this party is creditworthy and prestigious and this party holds account with us since last so many years. Such drafting is given in letter of credit. Remember, bank charges nominal fees for providing most of these services from customers and clients. Number 4, to issue TC, DD and PO etc. services. Now here TC means traveler's check, DD means demand draft and PO means pay order. Now traveler's check used to be very popular when this electronic banking or net banking or ATM card, debit cards were not invented. So that time it was very popular, right? But even nowadays, if some client or customer want traveler's check, bank can issue traveler's check, okay, which can be encashed at different destinations wherever the traveler goes. Next, demand draft. Demand draft is a written order issued by a branch of a particular bank on its another branch which is outstation. is called demand draft. And pay order is similar to demand draft, but pay order is issued by one branch of a bank on its another branch within the same city. Through demand draft and pay order, the party or person can transfer money, can pay money and receive money. Right? So that is a medium of payment and transfer of money for especially current account holders. Number 5, to provide underwriting services. Now underwriting services means acting as a guarantor or giving guarantee in writing. When bank act as a guarantor or gives guarantee in writing on its letter pad, it is called underwriting. Remember, before giving underwriting services, bank ensures its own safety, because giving underwriting services in writing to anybody brings financial obligation for the bank, and the commission that bank charges for providing underwriting services is called underwriting commission. These services are also mostly provided to current account holders. Number 6, to provide ATM, DMAT and SDV services. ATM means automatic teller machines. I repeat, automatic teller machines are electronic machines which provide 24/7 services, all days in a week, all throughout the year, right? In which the client or customer of the bank, with the help of debit card or credit card, can undertake financial and non-financial transactions, can do financial and non-financial transactions through ATMs. Customer need not go to bank. He can go to nearby bank, wherever he is, right? And do financial transactions through bank. DMAT services. DMAT services are dematerialization services. Dematerialization means converting shares and debentures from paper form to electronic form. These services are also provided by banks in modern times. Next, SDV services. SDV services means safe deposit vault services. Safe deposit vault, we also call it bank locker services. Bank maintains lockers and offers it to customers on rental basis. Bank charges rent on yearly, quarterly or 6 monthly basis from the locker holder, right? In which the client or customer or locker holder can keep his valuables. Okay, that is called subsidiary service number 6. Number 7, to provide DCCC services. DCCC services means debit card, credit card services, which are electronic cards related to ATM, right? Nowadays, most of the banks, means almost all banks, offer and provide debit card to the account holders and clients and customers and credit cards. There is slight difference between debit card and credit card. Through debit card, we can withdraw money from our own bank balance that we have with the bank. With credit card, bank issues credit card on request of the client or customer, considering the credibility and income of the customer. Bank issues a credit card of a certain limit. It is a kind of borrowing for the credit card holder from the bank. Okay, so that is debit card, credit card facilities. Again, as I explained here, with the help of debit card and credit card, customer can do financial and non-financial, both type of transactions through ATMs, and he can or she can make payments on POS. We call it point of sale centers in malls, shopping centers, hotels, right, etc. We can make payments through debit card, credit card. Okay, through POS machine also. Number 8, to provide RTGS and NEFT services. RTGS means real-time gross settlement and NEFT means National Electronic Funds Transfer. Again, real-time gross settlement and National Electronic Funds Transfer. In these both services, bank provides service of transferring money from one account to the other or one place to the other, right? Electronically, money is transferred on real-time basis. In RTGS services, we can transfer 2 lakh or more, and in NEFT services we can transfer from our bank account up to 2 lakh rupees, right? But again, bank charges levies nominal charges or fees for these services, right? And number 9, last. Of course, last year in our list, we can add some other subsidiary functions also. But 9th in our list is net banking or electronic banking and core banking services. In modern day times, banks have also started offering net banking services. With the help of internet invention and popularity, net banking has developed, in which customer or client is given login ID and password by the bank, through which customer or client can do net banking on his or her palm top, laptop, computer, PC, or any electronic media, right? Or even smartphone. Using one's own smartphone, we can do net banking, electronic banking, called mobile banking, right? So through net banking or electronic banking or mobile banking, customer or client can do both types of transactions, financial transactions and non-financial transactions, through net banking, electronic banking or mobile banking. Net banking, electronic banking and mobile banking has made banking very easy, safe and secure, and 24/7, 365 days in a year available. Okay, it has revolutionized banking activities. Okay, and core banking, the full form of core, C-O-R-E, banking is centralized online real-time exchange. Centralized online real-time exchange is called core banking. In core banking, what does a bank do? What service bank provide? So in core banking, a particular bank connects its all branches with the help of internet, right? Again, in core banking, a particular, say for example, State Bank of India has thousands of branches all over country and all over world. So in core banking, State Bank of India will interlink all its thousands of branches, right, through core banking. And core banking has also revolutionized banking, right? Customer of any branch can go to State Bank of India, any branch. Say for example, customer of Surat State Bank of India branch can go to any of the thousands of branches and do transactions, do dealings, right? Because in core banking, the customer's or client's account can be accessed on the computer of any branch, because all branches are interconnected with the help of internet. Okay, so here we are, friends, concluding this particular video. Thank you and bye.